Hey, I'm Nick, and today I want to really pinpoint the importance of having your goal be on your mind 24/7. And see, I mentioned a goal because that is an incredibly important thing. Because one part where I messed up a lot in my journey to be productive and disciplined is that I didn't have a reason for it. It's very easy to train yourself to be able to sit down and do some kind of work. But if you don't actually have a goal, you don't have any proper areas where you can use your productivity in. And the worst part of this is that even though you know you can be productive, it's the fact that you procrastinate because you don't actually see an end to whatever you're doing. You just know that, hey, I am able to be productive, but I don't see a reason to do it right now. And so willingly procrastinating is basically nothing to do with actually being disciplined. Therefore, true discipline comes from actually having a goal and actually have a reason for what we're trying so hard to achieve. And notice how I use purpose and goal interchangeably, because if you do not have a purpose, then there is no higher thing that you're training towards, which is the same as a goal. So, how do we get a goal? A goal is just a big picture idea of yourself, of where you want to be in the future, how you want to see yourself in the future. And then from that big picture, we can start being productive and working towards that by actually slicing it down and figuring out what actual steps we need to take for that. And of course, any tips that you've thought of, or even using some of the tips I've mentioned in the past with visualization and actually imagining yourself in a position where you'd like, is how you find your actual goal and how you find where you want to be in the future. But just dreaming about something or having the goal of being rich isn't actually going to help you get there any quicker. You need to actually be obsessed and willing to put in the hard work to get there, as anyone can have a goal. That's not the hard part, it's the important part. But the actual difficult thing that's going to take your discipline and willpower is working on that and being obsessed to the point of you're able to surpass others who are on the same goal as you, as it's bound to happen. And it's just a matter of how good you are at working towards it that's going to differentiate and make you land on top. But the other problem is, of course, you can have a goal and you can dream about it a lot and you can obsess and make it the only thing you're thinking about, but you actually need actions for it. And of course, with the other tips I've mentioned before on how to find ways to build habits to actually fit and drive yourself to your goals, which just quickly, visualization is a really good one, but I've touched on that before. What's just as important as being focused on your goal is being obsessed with actually finding ways to reach it and not just on the goal itself. You should always be looking out for different ways and analyzing how to improve whatever you're working on and get the most out of your time and work ethic, which is mentioned a lot in the past. And of course, if we want to be building on our habits and building on the steps that we need in order to reach our goals, that's where we build our discipline. And that is something I've mentioned a lot on this channel, and you can find plenty of information there. But the most important and basic step is that your discipline is to be trained, and you're not able to, of course, sit down and just work effortlessly on reaching your goal. It's something that you are going to need to look into and actually figure out how to design a system that's going to wrap around your goal and that's going to work around your goal and get you there as time effectively as possible. As the last thing we want is wasted time and effort into something that's going to give minimal results. Optimizing the results is what matters, and I've mentioned that a lot in the past. But overall, if we have that goal, which is the important first step, and we are really obsessed in improving ourselves to be able to reach that goal, then we are set up to achieve it. And if you want to learn anything more about productivity tips or tricks, I've now started one-on-one coaching, which you can book a call for using the first link in the description below. But until then, I'll see you later.